Do you believe President William Ruto is a one-term president? Do you believe that President William Ruto will make it in the upcoming elections? Because I'm asking these questions same as the Standard newspaper today. And here the Standard is saying this, that the president is so unpopular and even the opposition is uniting against him. And William Ruto, in areas where he was so popular, people don't want to hear his name. And we've seen this in several events, especially in the mountain. We've seen how people have rejected President William Ruto's message of condolences in burials. And the latest one being that Muturi, was it in Embu? And people said, no, we don't want to hear anything from President William Ruto. So the president is now so unpopular in the mountain. And the mountain have said no to President William Ruto. And this is the reason the president is hunting the Western votes. Remember, he was in Western for a week, just moving around, trying to consolidate votes and all that. So even the president himself understands that in areas where he was so popular, in area where he got a vote 99% is no longer popular, and so he understands that he has to do something. So even you see now we have Akina Edwin Sifuna, even ODM is not 100% trusting him. That's why we have a division in ODM. That's why we have Akina Edwin Sifuna telling the president, you are wrong. Stop abducting young people. Stop abducting young people for criticizing you, that you are a one-term president and that there is nothing you can do about it. Sifuna has been boldly telling President William Ruto this. And now we have, for the first time, we never thought that Martha Karua and Rigathi Gachagua can come together, but it is happening, all because of the 2027 elections. So we are seeing a lot of things that we never expected to see, because President William Ruto has made people to unite. Even the enemies who are so against each other are now uniting against him. So the president is aware of this. And this is the reason. You see, the other day, Sudi came out and they told us that they will protect that seat. And they are there past 2027 because even if votes are zitatosha, they will do something, or they will add votes to ensure that President William Ruto secures a second term. So it is so clear that people are so tired with President William Ruto. You see, the president promised a lot. The kina mama mbogas are nowhere to be seen. Watu wa bodaboda are nowhere to be seen. The youths who are so much into him, Ruto aliingia and all he cared about was his friends. Akasahau vijana. Now vijana, they are being taken to Qatar, to those UAE countries, and Kenyans are condemning this, terming it as a modern day slavery. So Kenyans are so fed up. And now with the issues of abductions, which is now has tainted this regime completely, because now it looks like the only thing people remember Ruto with is abductions. It has happened. Many young people have disappeared, and the only mistake they did was to criticize this government. I think, if you ask me, that was so low coming from the president. President should be minding about bigger things. President should be minding about to secure the economy of this country. But abducting people for telling you that you are not doing what is right, this one is just out of everything. Yani, it is just we don't even know how to put it. Like, how do you abduct somebody just because he made a caricature of you, just because he draws a cartoon? It is, come on, that is a so low. So here we have oppositions, we have oppositions coming together, and Rigiji is now assembling his team. And we have other opposition assembling its team, because the message is one. and the mission is one, to take Ruto home. And they are so determined to ensure that this is happening in 2027. So it is interesting. And I like the fact that this is going to change everything. And one of the things that the Gen Z's demos managed to obtain, or the biggest thing that came out of the Gen Z demonstration, is that it changed the political narratives. It changed everything politics. You see, like the 2022, the only thing that Ruto came up with is the dynasty. I've taken everything from the poor, and now I'm coming in to ensure that the poor also got it. The politics of the dynasty and hustler, it was just narrative that propelled Ruto to presidency. So in 2027, it is a good moment. In 2027, our politics is changing, and I'm liking this, that we are going into politics discussing economy. We are going into politics discussing health system. We are going into politics discussing the failure of SHA. We are going into politics discussing the failure of CBC. And we are going into politics discussing the youth unemployment in this country. This is the biggest turnaround that is going to happen in our politics. And this is good. This thing of coming a politician that's mentioning useless things and Kenyans falling for it, it is over. It is over. Our politics is changing, and it is changing for better. So Ruto's presidency is in jeopardy right now, because what people are remembering Ruto for is abductions, extrajudicial killings, and enforced disappearances of young people of this country. So he has to correct this. Between now and 2027, Ruto has a lot to correct. And in my previous video, I said this, that for President William Ruto to convince people to vote for him. You see, we have those people who still believe in President William Ruto. Not all people are against him. We have those who still believe that Ruto is a good man for this country, and Ruto can bring change that is needed in this country. So far, in his 2 years of presidency, there is no policy, there is no project that you can associate President William Ruto with that is directly or indirectly impacting the lives of Kenyans. Don't talk about the housing project. The civil servants are even complaining about it. And the other day, I saw Rigiji saying that once they got it to the top, one of the first thing is going to scrap off is the housing project, because even these affordable housing projects are not even given to the poor in this country. There are so many politics around it, because we have units that is completed. Do you have poor Kenyans living in those units? No, because it is still a matter of who is who. Those units are being occupied by who is who in this country. So you cannot even say that is project that is helping Kenyans. It is not helping Kenyans. It is a project that is helping the political class in this country. Find out about housing project in this country. Find out about this affordable housing. Utalia, some of these stories really heartbreaking. So able find out about this. Just read more. Connect with the people. You understand the politics surrounding this affordable housing project. So for me, from what I know, from what I've read, this is not project for the poor. It's the project for the who is you in this society. So President William Ruto need between now and 2027 to come up with a project or a policy that is going to at least make Kenya feel better, because right now we are in shambles, we are in pits, and we have to come out of these pits. So between now and 2027, he has to do something. He has to come up with a project, a good one. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm not going to suggest the kind of project that President needs to come up with. But between now and 2027, he must ensure that he is coming up with something that Kenyans are going to vote. We remember it and vote for him back. Other than that, these other stories, these other side shows is not going to help him. Even the Oscar Sudi who are saying that they are going to steal votes, the margin will be so big for them. They will be overwhelmed by votes, by the margin of these votes. So for president, you have time to correct the mistake. You have time to do something, and time is now in 2027. This going word in words with refugees, not even helping anybody. We don't want you to do that. You are the president of the Republic of Kenya. Why are you changing words with your former DP? Like, that is so low. Get out of that. Focus. Forget about campaigns. You're already in campaigning. Forget about that. Sit down with your PSS, with your ministers, with your advisors. Kenyans want to see something happening in this country. Other than that, I think 2027 will prove that you indeed were wrong. So for president, you still have time. For those who still believe in you, at least make them feel that they are not doing something wrong. Correct that. So one-term president, is it going to happen? It has never happened in our country. Is it going to happen for the first time? Time will tell. But generally, I like the directions our politics is taking. I like the directions our politics is going. I like it 110%, and I like it. It should be a politics of policies, not a politics of narratives, because we have to change that. For the longest time, politicians have been riding on narratives. Politicians have been riding on our ignorance, and now Kenyans are talking politics. Kenyans are now engaging in politics. Kenyans are now active citizens. Even majority, who are the youth, who are so political, are now engaging in politics. And this is the best thing that is happening in our country. That is it for me for now. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live.